Way of knockout, no defeats. Tonight, she's fighting in honor of her.
Atkins reluctant to come out of her corner. 1, 2, 3.
And even with no ring of referees inside, both women fell. Why wait for Auto?
Christie hanging on, takes the knee.
Champion of the world, here is Thunder, the All-American.
Really fight her.
Big right hand, one punch.
These are the women who believed that they are unstoppable and would crush anyone that came in their way with ease, disrespecting their opponents and looking down upon them, but karma found its way to them and they were humbled. These are the brutal moments when cocky rat girls got a wake-up call. Estrada versus Miranda Atkins. Miranda Atkins walked in confident, 5 knockouts to her name, and she was sure Estrada was about to be her next.
She is perfect. 5 victories, 5 wins by way of knockout, no defeats.
Yeah, she had other plans. All it took was just 7 punches, 7 quick, brutal shots, and Miranda was flat on the mat, completely done.
Reluctant to come out of her corner. 8 left of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sandy Ryan versus Alexandra Vujevic. Sandy Ryan stepped into the ring like she ran the place. Alexandra, she came to shut it down.
Victory, having won her professional debut on points. That left hand to the body.
Sandy went for the knockout early, but execution matters, and that first attempt?
Step away. And this time, Vujevic is down.
Yeah, not quite it, but Sandy wasn't here to play games. She went right back to work.
Score an impressive win. Works away to the body.
Alexandra wasn't getting up this time. Flat on the canvas, Alexandra probably realized something. Lying down was a lot more comfortable than getting punched. Christina Hammer versus Anne-Sophie Mattis. Anne-Sophie Mattis wasn't just confident, she was a wrecking machine. Known for her knockout power, she had one job: take Christina Hammer's head clean off and walk away with the belt. Mid-fight, Mattis landed a series of shots that sent Hammer to the canvas. But instead of celebrating, she got a front row seat to the worst possible words in boxing. Disqualified. Ruled her punches as illegal shots to the back of the head. Yep, the knockout artist got KO'd by the rulebook instead. Layla Ali versus Christy Martin. Christy Martin wasn't just any fighter. She was the face of women's boxing in the 90s, a pioneer, a knockout artist, and a veteran with 45 wins and 31 KOs under her belt. And leading up to this fight, oh, she let everyone know.
Storm here last night because there's going to be a storm and a half here on RSP dirt. It makes it sometimes sound like I'm fighting Muhammad.
On box.
She's not Muhammad. She hasn't proven that she's the greatest fighter out there. And the only way she can prove herself is to take care of Christy Martin.
From the moment the bell rang, Layla Ali fought like she had something personal to prove.
The 1990s. But does this 14-year pro have what it takes to beat a fighter now considered the face of women's boxing? Layla Ali, daughter of the greatest fighter of all.
And Christy, she found out real quick that fighting someone bigger, faster, and younger wasn't as fun as she thought it'd be.
Being normally a smaller fighter, she thinks she punches harder than anybody Layla's ever faced.
Right hands by Ali, rapid fire, again and again and again. And Martin is...
And it only got worse. Layla wasn't just winning, she was bullying Christy. Every time Martin tried to land a shot, Ali cracked her with a brutal counter. And in round 4, it was over for Christy Martin.
Outgunning her as the onslaught continues. Martin's got a hold on her.
She just can't. She's just too small for Layla Ali.
Let's see, her heart won't let her. Trying to get a breather as she is collapses in the corner.
Claressa Shields versus Vanessa Joanes. With 7 wins and 2 knockouts, Vanessa Joanes has stepped in confident, chin up and fists clenched, ready for another win.
She comes to the ring with a record of 7 wins and 1 loss, with 2 of those big wins coming by
Claressa Shields. She walked in as the underdog, but with one goal: to prove who the real champion was. Vanessa came out swinging, throwing wild punches like the air was her real opponent. But Shields was composed, taking time before throwing jabs. By the end of round 1, she was already in control. Round 2, that's when Vanessa realized she was in enemy territory. Shields came at her with full force, dropped her twice, and left her questioning all her life decisions.
Claressa Shields looking to close the show! The Lapaggio in his corner is trying to stop this fight!
Wolfe versus Vonda Ward. Vonda Ward walked into this fight looking unbeatable, standing at 6 feet 6 inches, undefeated, and with a career full of knockouts. She had every reason to believe this was just another easy win. Wolfe, too small, too short, too weak. But just over a minute into the first round, Wolfe decided to introduce Vonda to something she hadn't faced before. Vonda Ward crashed like a falling skyscraper. She was seeing stars before she even hit the mat.
Her career, I know she's 18-0, 15 knockouts, but how many people were scared of her and did not really fight her?
Vonda came in thinking she was too big to lose, but Wolfe proved that instant karma is just one punch away. Jelena Mrdjenovich versus Olivia Gerilla. In April 2009, Olivia Gerilla stepped in at the last minute as a replacement for Vancouver's Sarah, hoping to win the featherweight title against Jelena Mrdjenovich.
Now we're going to see
even as a late replacement, Gerilla came in fearless, ready to take on Jelena.
I don't know if the folks at home heard.
Jelena, calm, focused, and hungry for that championship. No room for mistakes. Less than 30 seconds into the 9th round, Jelena landed a brutal left hook. Olivia hit the canvas and stayed there out cold for minutes.
These next two... Oh! A huge shot that knocked out...
Lindsay Grabot versus Tracy Hutt. Lindsay Grabot, a nuclear plant security officer, stepped in, ready to crack bones. Tracy Hutt, a school teacher, somehow thought this was a good idea. Tracy dodged and weaved, but you can't escape forever in boxing.
Jab a little better. And Melissa Hernandez telling...
Lindsay wasn't here to play. Barely 2 minutes in the 4th round, Lindsay taught Tracy a brutal lesson, sending her flying across the ropes.
Win this fight.
Yeah, and we see...
Beautiful right hand.
Yeah, Hutt is just moving, and Hutt is down.
Rachel Ball versus Shannon Courtenay. Shannon Courtenay walked into this fight undefeated, confident, and ready to prove that she was the next big thing in women's boxing. Rachel Ball, the underdog with a kickboxing background, wasn't here for the hype. She was here to win, and the moment the fight started, she made that crystal clear.
Good right hand. Decent right hand there from Courtenay. Caught ball slightly high on the head, and she moved in behind it. She feels that she's done some damage there, and then the counter off.
Shannon went from the future of boxing to fighting for her life in a matter of seconds. She got back up and kept pushing forward, but Rachel stayed sharp and kept punishing her every time she got reckless.
Clean shots in this round as well, but the body language of it, interestingly, has seen Courtenay look like the boss more in this third.
By the time the final bell rang, there was no doubt about who won.
Rachel Ball.
Amanda Serrano versus Daniela Bermudez. From the opening bell, Amanda Serrano and Daniela Bermudez went to war. But in the end, only one could walk away the winner. And Daniela, she wasn't planning on leaving without that championship. She came at Amanda with everything she had, landing heavy shots and forcing her off balance. But Amanda was here to prove Daniela wrong. And she did. One vicious right hand to the body, and Daniela's body was completely shut off with pain. Claressa Shields versus Danielle Perkins. Danielle Perkins walked into this fight with one thing on her mind.
There for Shields, the right hand certainly breaking.
Size matters. She had the height, the reach, and the power advantage, but Shields wasn't intimidated. She knew Perkins' biggest weakness: she was slow. Shields used her speed and IQ to dance around her, picking her apart with quick jabs and counters. Perkins tried to use her power, but every time she wound up for a big shot, Shields beat her to it. By round 10, she almost got knocked out for, honestly, I've lost count the amount of times she was almost out cold. When the final bell rang, the decision was obvious. Shields was the undisputed heavyweight champion.
Known as the Wolfe.
Ebony Bridges versus Shannon O'Connell. Shannon O'Connell stepped in with confidence, bigger, stronger, and improving with every fight. This was her moment.
The world first defense for Ebony Bridges, who starts.
Ebony Bridges. Too small. She was an easy target for her. But from the opening bell, Ebony made it clear this wasn't going to be O'Connor's night. O'Connor spent more time dodging punches than throwing them. Not exactly her strong suit. And when Bridges turned up the heat,
Can she find the finish? Can she compose herself now, Mike? Oh, right hand! Beautiful shot right in the...
The ref had to step in before O'Connor needed a GPS just to find her corner. Shannon Courtenay versus Dorota Norek. Dorota Norek came in swinging like she had a personal vendetta against Shannon Courtenay. Every punch looked like it came with a grudge. Shannon? At first, she dodged like someone who just learned defense 5 minutes ago. But then, something clicked, and Courtenay flipped the script.
Очень тяжело. Еще раз туда, прям больно. И сбивает.
Before Dorota could even process what was happening, she was flying in the air, soaring across the ropes and hitting the canvas with a thud that probably echoed in her nightmares.
Пошла дорабатывать соперницу. Шанон Коуртней. Есть! Правый прямой.
Siniesa Estrada versus Maria Santizo. Maria Santizo walked in as if she had already won. Siniesa Estrada, calm, focused. She had no need for theatrics. She let her fists do the talking. The bell rang, and Maria took a jab after jab. Then Siniesa got serious.
But Estrada's right up in her grill. Santizo's legs still buckling. The legs are...
One brutal combination and a powerful left. Maria hit the mat, and this time there was no getting up to show off.
I was about to say southpaw, which you'll see often going lefty to righty.
Emily Brook versus Amber O'Donnell. Amber O'Donnell wasn't just confident, she was convinced she had this fight in the bag. She stepped into the weigh-in looking like she was already celebrating victory, and just to prove how serious she was, yeah, that aged poorly. The bell rang, and reality hit Amber harder than Emily's punches. Amber suddenly wasn't talking much anymore, and by the time the final bell rang, the judges didn't need to think twice. No amount of trash talk or arrogance can save you when the punches start flying. Which beatdown shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a knockout moment. And if you liked this video, watch our video on Unseen Footage, the bloodiest fights of Naoya Inoue.